I discovered these at NAMTA Creativation event. These are new Ecoqua Plus notebooks by Fabriano, a 490 grams, and they have 90 pieces, 90 pages each. If you can tell there, they almost have this, you would think it's like a plastic cover and a feel because it's so smooth. So it feels in between paper and almost a soft plastic like, but it's very thin. I was really excited when I saw these because, first off, for several reasons. First off, they have two new lines, the Ecoqua Plus and Ispira by Fabriano, are 100% designed and made in Italy, and they're eco-friendly. They are 100% recyclable, soft touch, splash resistant cover, and velvety smooth ivory paper. They have different layouts and sizes and many different colors. Now, what I absolutely love about these notebooks are that, well, first off, they feel very nice and they lay completely flat. So when you're writing, you don't have any interruptions. And the paper is great too. I like the size of the lined notebook, the indented width, and if you can notice here, when you open it, it'll look like this. Now, this paper is binded with glue. The glue here is pretty thin. There isn't thick glue that's holding it together. So I'm wondering how well. So that's what it's going to look like right there. Now, the back is thicker than the front cover. Which I don't mind because it gives the notebook, it makes the notebook lighter. And it makes it easier to carry. And then with this being thicker in the back, it makes the front cover a little bit more secure. Oh, so see there, I think it's 2 sheets together. So it's this one on top, And then there's another one glued in the bottom. And you can actually see the glue there, and I'm not even pulling a lot. And now we're testing this, and we're getting familiarized with it. So if you use notebooks, I'm sure you're not gonna be, I wouldn't suggest pulling it apart like this. But this was already like that, so I'm not sure if they didn't apply glue all the way to the edge, or they intentionally left it like that. See, this part here is more secure, and then the glue here is not. So I'm not sure if they meant to be inconsistent like that. But it's good that there is reinforcement on this other side. Let's see the top. Now, if you're using this every day, oh, see, this one just pulled apart. So if you're using this every day and you're not careful with your notebooks, I guess this might happen. This was the first cover and the first page of the notebook. I usually don't use the first pages of the notebooks. So this wouldn't be good if it came out, because I like to write notes and maybe bullet points of what is in the notebook. Write a layout of the book, or just keep it blank. So if you're rough with your notebooks, I'm not sure if this is going to work out with, for you. Now let's see here. It looks like it's reinforced on the sides here with the glue. It's extended. The glue is extended this way. But when it comes to the corners, the bottom corner seems fine. It's just the top corner doesn't seem fine. I really don't want to pull on this because I want to use this notebook. And I don't want the pages to go to waste, which they won't, because I'll still use them. But see, I think it might be just the few 1, 2, 3, 4 or 5 pages in the top that does, and then it's more secure after that. So what I would suggest is the way this glue comes around like this, maybe also have it come around on the side, just like that. So we have like this, and maybe a tiny amount on the side, so this doesn't happen. And let's test it out on this side. So let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, so the same amount. 4 or 5 pages of the first 4 or 5 pages of the notebook. As you can see, the paper is very light, but not too light. It's heavier than the moleskin paper. I usually use moleskin for my writing, and just everyday notebooks. I was hoping to change it to a different one, but yeah, so when I saw these, I was super excited because they completely lay flat. But if I'm to use it and started using it today, I would actually be happier if this didn't happen in the beginning. So now what I'm trying to do is, okay, so I want to start using this notebook, right? Which page do I start from? I don't want to start from the front page because all this paper here is going to probably just come out like the first one did. And especially if I'm writing a book and there's a certain layout, I don't want pages to fall off randomly everywhere. So I am probably going to start using and writing on a page that's feels a little bit more glued in and more secure. And then use these to take notes. On the side and just easily rip it out, which, by the way, it's great that it does that. How it came out so easily like that. And then you can fold it or use it as a bookmark for another page. Just like that. So I like that ability. And that's probably what I'm going to use these first few pages for. Now if I continue over here, and let's go all the way in the middle and a little bit further, and see how smooth that is. I mean, it's flawless. I love that ability to be able to write on it and have such a smooth surface that way. Not only do I use this page, but I'll be using both pages and vice versa. So see how thick that is? And this is the Mildliner brush from Zebra. Oh, and it's double-ended. So let's say you're drawing something here. And you want to write notes over here. On this side, you can do that. So it's not going anywhere. Oh, there it went. But of course, you don't want to be doing that either. So you do want to be gentle with it. Make sure you're, gentle with it, but I don't think you have to be too gentle. Let's take a look at the back cover. Now, the back seems stronger. See, one, two, and maybe 3. Let's count that one too, that tiny corner there. And 1. So 1 on this side. So it completely depends on how they glued this. I think it would make a huge difference if I'm just going to repeat what I said earlier. The way they glued this and folded it this way and have the glue come up on this page like this and then fold this way. I wouldn't mind seeing a little bit glue on these sides. Not necessarily here, but just the corners on both sides. I think that would help to reinforce this notebook. And and give people the peace of mind that their paper isn't going to fall off. But if you do need them to tear, and some of us, want to take the papers out, these are very easy. And you don't need a lot of force. And it can be very satisfying for some of us. Also, when you tear it, there's no glue left on the edges. And you don't see a big gap. See, there is that small gap, and of course it's going to be there, but there isn't a huge gap in between the paper where you can actually tell. And when you use it, see, so it will curl up a little bit, so the pages on the end might show. I personally don't mind that, but I do love the texture of the notebook, the feel. It feels sturdy. And then there's also this color. And let's compare notebooks. This one doesn't seem to have the glue all the way in the corners where it comes around. But wow, I mean, these are super soft, very enjoyable to write on. And I like to do this because it shows me where the glue is more reinforced. That way I know not to use these couple pages. So that one, the blue one, the navy one had 4 or 5 pages that were coming out. This one only has 2 to 3, let's say 2 to 3. So it depends how well they were glued. And see here, so nothing is peeling off. This one is more consistent. See? This one is more consistent. And the back cover does peel off a little easily, but it's not like you're gonna go and peel it off and do what I'm doing here. And let's see, the back here. Yeah, not bad. So this one is a little bit better. How the glue was reinforced. See, there's only one page, two almost there, and then this side is very nicely glued because nothing is falling off. So in conclusion, for the Ecoqua Plus notebooks, they're great because I love just having one laid out on my desk. I can put it aside. It's light to carry. The back cover is reinforced and it's thicker. And I love that I can just lay it like this, and I don't have that middle disconnect here. It just flows. And I can make use of the whole corner when I'm writing. Plus, the pages are easy to tear. Like that. No glue left behind. I mean, they're really great. I think that, and from what we've seen here and analyzed, is that it depends on how much love they use on the process when they're actually gluing these notebooks. So more quality control needs to be done on the glue process, and reinforcing it so the pages don't come out like this, because this can put people off. I mean, it does for me too. I don't want the pages to fall off like that, especially if I'm, putting down my thoughts on here, and the inside doesn't look like it will fall off. It's mostly the first front pages and maybe the last pages. But here I don't see an issue, unless you're actually heavily using the paper and you're going back and forth and back and forth. Where did I write this, and where did I write that? What page was this in? And if you're doing that, I suggest marking your pages and adding some little tabs here also. Now I want to go ahead and I'm going to do it right here because I love the feel of this when I open it all the way. And see, I can even put this paper on it, and the middle doesn't even bother me to write. By the way, I also Zebra pen handed these out to me. There is, and this is Zen, the Zebra. They said that it can be used, it can put a pen in here. There we go. And this is the Mildliner. These are different. That one is double-ended Mildliner, mild ink. Okay, so this one is a chisel. This one is a chisel. Oh, that's a pretty color. Now, I have some of these, and they came in a subscription box. I use them for my planner and planning, and also in my writing notebooks. I love the colors. These actually layer pretty well too. Look at this. That's really nice. And I love this color. And they don't run through, see the paper. Let's try this one. They're not very watery. The texture is different than you would find with a highlighter. It feels wet when you touch it, but it doesn't look like it rubs. And when it dries, it's thicker. It's more dense. I do feel these fuzzy. I think the paint or the color here. And this one, I don't think they have colors or numbers on them. Color names. Okay, so this one's cool gray. Cool gray. And this one is the Mildliner brush, dark gray. And this side is the same as with this one, the chisel one, I believe. Yeah. And I'm gonna try to put it on Zen. Hopefully it'll stay this time. There we go. And there's this color, which is Can't read it because it's tiny. Margold, I think. And there's this zebra pen. This is really nice. It's soft here. Oh wow, I didn't expect it to flow that much. That's so nice. It's the Zebra Gel 0.7 pen. I have a bunch of pens, so if you love pens like me, you're going to be excited about this one. I love that it's rounded here. It's very simple. It has a soft area, silicone feel, and this is designed in a different shape, so it's not rounded. Oh, and it flows beautifully. Okay, so you do have to, because it's gel, you do have to wait for it to dry off. I think this might be my new favorite pen. Oh, it holds that too. And right here, before I move on to the next one, thanks Zebra Pen for handing these out to me. They were really fun to test out. I love the neutral colors. It's really pretty. It brightens everything up, and this pen is just superb. So, see, it dries pretty quickly there. And I do like the texture of these brushes too when you feel them. They don't apply smooth if you're looking for something like that, but they have a consistency to them, a depth. And I also stopped by at the Pentel booth just briefly, and they handed me these samples, no smear or smudge, latex free. high polymer eraser, and the eraser dust will stick together. Let me go ahead and open it. So see there, it looks almost rubberish, rubbery. This pigment ink fine liner this is a size 03. This Graph Gear 3000 pencil, which is very cool looking for, I think anyone would enjoy this. It's heavier on the bottom. Industrial look to it. And it's pretty strong because I'm pushing really hard on it, and it won't break. It refuses to break. I'm really pushing hard on it. And despite the fact that I pushed really hard on it, this eraser did a great job erasing it and not leaving those hard marks on it. It's just the paper mark that's left on that. So this is a really nice pencil. My sister is an architect, so I think she would love this. And the brush sign pen. It has an interesting feel to it. It feels like I'm writing on rubber. It's soft and bounces.